completely wet. That's all it says?
No, it also says the mixture should be
3 powder for 1 part water.
But Darlis gets it backwards.
1 part of this to 3 parts water.
And she uses dirty water.
That should do it.
It's not looking right. I think we need to add more. More yet?
Why don't we just dump it in here?
Okay. Or quite a bit more in there.
I still think we need some more. That's not thick enough.
No, I don't think it is.
No, I think it's too thick. Can you get me some water?
Down the hall in Brian's room, he's putting the fiberglass tape practically everywhere.
Brian's taping over his screws. That's not what I told them to do in the class.
Does anyone have any more fiberglass tape? Because I'm running out of tape. Oh, I have no tape. Man, that's good. I gotta get all this stuff on the screws.
Angie is getting plaster on her screws.
Well, this is turning out to be a real pain in the butt.
But she doesn't want to use the proper tool.
This would be so much easier if I could just do this. I'm just using my finger.
Whatever makes it easiest for you.
Angie's work is easy to critique.
So, I suck. It's sucking. Ain't going good at all.
Eric is pretty good at this task.
I'm done.
Now, if we could only teach him to clean up.
I broke my mirror.
Brian has the daunting task of covering 20 meters of fiberglass tape.
Oh, this is kind of scary. I don't know how much to put on. I just put a lot on.
It's a good thing Brian isn't learning plastering by doing his seams at home.
Is this a seam in the drywall?
No.
There's a seam here, correct?
No.
No. Where is the seam, man?
Brian has taped over every screw and all the real estate in between.
Was this involved in the class when you showed how to cover the screws?
Well, I didn't cover all. I figured she didn't say not to go down the whole seam. She just said...
Did she say not to eat your own arm? Now you have a perfectly flat surface, and you've got mesh tape on your perfectly flat surface.
Oh, so I didn't need this whole row. I didn't know that.
Sure you did. It just happened in class.
It's too easy. I made it complicated for myself.
You? No.
Yeah.
Brian's plaster job is his usual mess.
There's a big gob of drywall mud all over the wall. I'm hoping with the second and third coat, I can salvage it and feather it out and make it smooth.
Johnny's plaster job
Just pour it in the tray.
is going over raised screw heads.
That's got to be countersunk.
Instead of turning the screws further into the wall, Darlis tries hammering them in.
Is it working?
Yes.
Hammered screws are about as good as Johnny's tape job. And Johnny's plastering job is worse. Let's put it this way. He does a redundant amount of redundant wiping quite redundantly. And as usual, it's a mess.
You know, it's all part of being a handyman or trying to be a handyman. So, you know, you get messy, you live and you learn.
When we come back, Brian leads this episode's group challenge.
Hang on, I'm just really scared here.
The next group challenge for Canada's worst handyman is assembling this pool table, which flips into this air hockey table. Now, this thing has 209 parts, but keep in mind, It's not a puzzle, it's just a process. And the detailed instructions are already in the hands of the foreman, whose head is already spinning.
Looks like we got a challenge ahead of us.
Brian's team also has to design and build a rack for these pool cues.
Do we have any questions, any preferences on what we should do, Johnny? Angie?
Johnny and Angie go for the table, while Brian and Eric tackle the cue rack.
So we'll probably have to have a bottom, 2 sides, and a back.
Let's keep it organized.
Throwing this screw pack backing away will create disorganization.
Need to get the right screws.
It's just a little bit confusing figuring out which screw is which.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, big time. There's different sizes, Ange.
I don't know which screw is which because on the back right here, it says that's the 16 screw, that's the 17 screw, that's the 19 screw. So how do you know which screw is which?
Well, I'm assuming them short little fat ones are 15.
Johnny's screws are too long,
And I don't want to go through the entire wall and into my hand right away.
and Angie's are in the wrong spot.
Is it upside down?
We got it upside down.
Johnny's
Hold it top.
Eric has got the simple rack almost done.
What we'll need is like 4 holes. Okay, Johnny,
Yeah.
you're pretty good at cutting holes. Eric, you're going to give Angie a hand with instructions. We're going to cut right through these babies.
To make the cuts, Johnny uses a hole saw.
This is neat.
Isn't that neat? Go, baby, go. You can do it.
Johnny cannot do it.
Push, man, push.
This rough lumber is a little over an inch deep, but the hole saw is exactly an inch. Eventually,
Yay.
Johnny breaks his way through.
When you're drilling something and it suddenly ceases to drill anymore, you know you got issues.
This group has so many issues, we've called out for helpers.
Who's coming?
Your nominators.
Oh, wonderful. Thanks. Yay. Hi, guys.
The cavalry's arrived.
Yay.
Okay, go straight now, honey. Oh, yeah. Okay.
The table is coming along, but
I'm just sort of worried about this.
Why? It's going fine.
Yeah, I know.
Eric wants to hurry this challenge up.
So, you put on my shirt. You be me.
All right, so you want me to be you? All right, guys, let's go. I'm Andrew now. Let's get the on the row. Brian, how's your team together? Is it together?
Yeah.
Is it done? Hang it.
We don't have to hang it.
Oh, yeah, we gotta hang
He
it.
didn't say we have to hang it.
Yeah, we do.
No, he didn't say
No,
that.
we do. Let's go. Now, you're
No,
putting
no.
this up now. Let's go, Brian.
Okay, so what we're going to do is put a bracket here.
Come on, Brian, make your bracket.
The table is almost done,
Greg is heavy.
You're now ready to play. Not yet.
but mounting the rack is stalling.
Who's cutting the bracket right now?
Cut that off, and then we'll put that on. Good, that's better.
Let's go. Use that. Measure, cut, go. This is ridiculous. This is way taking way too much time already. Go, fly like the wind.
Eric, your voice is echoing in my brain.
The air hockey table and the pool table